Now, talking about different chemolithotrophs, another very important type of chemolithotrophs are the iron oxidizing bacteria. These organisms use iron as the major electron donor. They oxidize the iron and get the energy through this process. They change the Fe2 plus ionic state to the Fe3 plus, that is from ferrous to ferric ionic state. They are not, and we will see when we were talking about the generation of energy in these microorganisms, that the chemical reactions which takes place during these processes are not very energetically favorable, but still they manage to do it, and we will see how they do it. Ferrous iron characteristics are concerned as far as they are soluble in water, they are very stable at low pH and in anaerobic conditions. While ferric ions, they oxidize, very readily oxidize, spontaneously oxidize at moderate pH. After their hydrolysis, they become they are changed into insoluble form, that is ferric hydroxide. And actually, the rusting of iron that takes place because of the reaction of iron with the oxygen, because of the oxidation of iron. Then there are, you will see there are different types of iron oxidizing bacteria which show that how diverse they are. For instance, there are acidophiles like Acidothiobacillus ferrooxidans and Leptospirillum ferrooxidans. And there are certain archaea also. They can thrive at a very low pH, at very acidic conditions, and they are very important, for instance, in the acid mine drainage. When mining process occurs, and as a result of that mining process, there is the acidification of the fluid over there, the aquatic environment which is produced, it's quite acidic there, and there no living things can, generally we can think that because it's highly acidic procedure, a highly acidic environment, and no living thing can thrive there, but still these microorganisms can thrive there. This show the adaptability of the microorganism, the adaptability of different living organisms, and we have been seeing this, whether it's in the case of sulfur oxidizing bacteria, or whether it's in the case of here the acidophiles, the iron oxidizing bacteria. Then there are also which are microbes at the circumneutral pH. That is, they at a pH which is close to neutral. This is not very acidic, neither very basic. It's close to neutral. Examples are Gallionella and Leptothrix. These microbes can thrive and in conditions which are not as extreme as in the case of acidophiles, for instance. They are microaerophiles. Microaerophiles mean that they need a lesser they thrive in environment which have much less oxygen. Neither the oxygen is totally vanished there, nor it's in excessive amount. It has to be in lesser amount. Then there are the anaerobic bacteria also, for example, Rhodopseudomonas. The Rhodopseudomonas are example of these microorganisms which not only thrive anaerobically, but they are autotrophs also, and they use ferrous ions to produce their energy and also to fix the carbon dioxide through the Calvin cycle. As I have mentioned, that the energy production by these microorganisms is not very efficient. The energy producing or energy produced through whatever pathways, that is in much less amount as compared to energy which can be produced by the oxidation of organic moieties. In the case of iron oxidizing bacteria, rustacyanin is a very important enzyme which is involved in the oxidation of iron and then eventually leading to the generation of energy through the electron transport chain. But as we have seen in the case of sulfur oxidizing bacteria and other chemolithotrophs also, that the flow of the electrons here will be again be the reverse, and that flow of electron, reversal of the flow of electron is carried out through the proton motive force, which is generated because of the transportation of protons. So in this way, proton motive force is not only involved in the production of ATP, but it is also involved in the carrying out of the electron transport chain because of the movement of electrons from the inorganic moieties towards the carrier molecules. And of course, the Calvin cycle is also a very important feature of many of the iron oxidizing bacteria, and that Calvin cycle would have not been possible if NAD would have not been reduced to NADH2. Again, it shows that how one process is linked with the other process, not only in the organism which use the organic molecules, but also in the organism which use the inorganic molecules.